Hi guys, so welcome back sa ating YouTube channel. So in this video, apply naman natin yung ating calculus 3 o yung multiple integral sa probability and expected value. So kung napansin naman, since gumagamit tayong density function, gagamitin natin din siya dito. So again, walang definite ditong formula or what. So alam mo naman kung ano yung gagawin. So since alam mo na kung ano yung PDF, alam mo na yung probability density function. Okay, so solve na natin dito kung paano yung gagawin. Okay, so let's have an example. So ito medyo tricky kasi meron tayo kino-consider na region. So kailangan mo minsan i-graph. So kailangan mo i-graph tas ganyan. Okay, so let A, B, and C. So actually ito medyo mahirap. So dapat kasama to sa inyong quiz or final exam. Pero solve ko na lang kasi medyo nakaka-enjoy siya ituro. Tas medyo nakakatuwa. So check nyo. Let A and B, B, C. Let A, B, and C be real numbers selected randomly from the interval 0, 1. So again, yung A and B and C selected lang dito sa 0, 1. So, specifically, that is something na andun lang yung values from 0.1, 0.2. So, walang 1, walang 0 dyan. Okay, so pwede si A is 1/2, 1/4, 2/3, 5/6. So, as long as in between 0, 1 siya. Yun yung value na A, B, C. So, since selected randomly from the interval 0, 1. So, obviously, parang napapansin mo, uniform. Okay, so uniform yung value na A, B, C. So, now, what is the probability that the equation AX² plus bx plus c is equal to 0 has at least one real solution for x. Okay, so randomly alam ko na may value si a, b, c within 0, 1. Okay, so assuming nag-substitute tayo dyan ng value, kunyari randomly pumili ako So nari a 1/4, yung b 1/2, yung c 5/6. So ano yung probability na may value siya na at least one real solution for x? So, papaisip ka, sa bahala ka sa buhay mo. So, actually, medyo magiging bahala talaga tayo sa buhay dyan. So, now, from quadratic, so since alam mo nature is quadratic, so alam mo na meron tayong tinatawag na nature of roots determined by the discriminant. Tama? So, we have the discriminant. So, note that the discriminant, so by algebra, so algebra lang yan, by algebra, lakihan ko. So, dapat alam mo na to. So, by algebra, we all know that b² minus 4ac, pag greater than or equal to 0 yung discriminant, may at least one real solution siya. Okay, ito ay at least one real solution. At least one real solution. Okay, that is b² minus 4ac greater than or equal to 0. Pag b² minus 4ac is equal to 0, may solution siya pero parang parehas, parang tawag dito, unique yata sa isa't isa or something na parang kunyari yung 2, double root si 2, kumbaga x minus 2 siya, parang ganun yata yun. Okay, so ito at least one real solution. Okay, so pag less than 0, automatic siya ay complex solution, so something imaginary, so meaning no real solution. Okay, may unreal solution siya. Okay, so yan yung alam natin, that is b² minus 4ac greater than or equal to 0. So mula dyan, ang goal natin pala mula dyan is syempre, hanapin pala natin yung since yan yung magdedetermine sa atin. So ang gagawin natin, hanapin natin yung probability na si b² minus 4ac is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, considering the density function, since alam ko siya ay randomly selected over the interval, so sabi ko nga sa inyong probability, pag nasa interval 0, 1 ka, automatic ang inyong pag nasa interval ka na open interval, ikaw ay uniform continuous. So since uniform continuous, that is 1 over 1 minus 0 or simply 1. So meaning the density function or yung PDF natin dito is just 1. Okay, ngayon ang problema natin siyempre dahil triple integral siya kasi tatlo yung random variable We have the random variable a, b, c. So sir, bakit nasabing tatlo random variable natin? So kasi kasi tatlong number yung pinipili. So alam ko na siya ay joint probability. Okay? So since although ito nga lang siya, yung f of a, b o yung f of x natin is just equal sa 1. Okay, so now mula dito, yung b² minus 4ac is greater than 0. So, from b² minus 4ac is greater than 0, we all know that negative 4ac is greater than negative b². Okay, so pag minultiply ko by negative both side, magiging, So, magiging 4ac less than or equal sa b². Okay, then alam natin na ito ay greater than 0. Kahit hindi natin sabihin, basta alam natin na greater than 0 siya or greater than or equal sa 0 siya. Okay, so again, kinuha ko lang siya, parang tinranspose ko lang yung isa na yun. So that is 4AC. So ngayon, ano next na gagawin ni sir? Mula dyan, sa 0 less than 4AC, so pasok natin, assuming natin less than lang. So kumbaga strictly less than lang sila muna. Assuming muna natin yan. Although pwede ni less than o equal. So may gagawin lang kasi akong konti magic. So assuming meron ako 0 less than 4AC less than B squared. So pag in-square ko both side, ano mangyayari? Sorry, 'di ba? 0 4AC less than B squared. Tapos, syempre dahil B squared to, alam natin na yung B squared na yan, something na galing yung B 4AC saka yung B na yan sa 0, 1. So meaning that is all about fraction which is less than 1. So pag yung fraction na yun na less than 1 in-square ko, alam natin na less than 1 pa rin siya. Okay, so less than 1 pa rin siya. So 0 4AC less than B squared less than 1 siya. Uy, may nag-load ba sa akin? Ano ba yan? Ayun, load. May nag-load nga. Bait ah. Okay, so we have 4A man less than B squared less than 1. Okay, so from there, i-square ko yung buo. I-square ko lahat. So pag in-square ko lahat, ano mangyayari? This is just 0 less than 2 square root of A square root of C less than B less than 1. So in-square root ko lang lahat buo. So, square ko, that's 0 less than 2 square root of A square root of C less than B less than 1. Okay, so from there, kunin natin yung isa, no? So, from there, kunin ko yung ating B na yan. So, from 0, 4AC, ito from 0, 4AC less than to 1. So, kunin ko dito si 0 less than 4AC less than 1. Kasi pwede rin naman kasi yan. So, kinuha ko yung tatlo na yun mula doon. So, ang mangyayari dito, pag dinivide ko yung buo sa 4A, ano mangyayari? Dinivide ko sa buo, this is 0 less than C less than 1 over 4A. So, aware ako na si C, ang pinakamalaking value na kaya niya i-take in terms of A is 1 over 4A. Okay, ngayon, sino pa ba yung kailangan natin? Another thing, alam ko na si 0 o si A, base dito, alam ko na si A is greater than 0. Alam ko din na si C less than 1. So, another thing na na-observe ko mula doon, si A is mas malaki kay 0, tapos si C mas maliit kay 1. Okay, which is, ayun yung nasa taas na pinakombine. Okay, so ano ba yung kailangan natin consider dito? So, now, I think pwede ko nang kunin yung region. So, observe dyan. So, yung region natin, so since tayo ay nasa calculus 3, dito proba. So, yung region natin is observable na siya ay A, C. So, again, hindi ko consider yung B kasi yung B yung magiging middle term ko. So, that is A, C such that, ito yung region ko, such that si 0 less than A less than 1, si 0 less than C less than 1. So, alam ko naman na yan yung boundary. Where si B, ano si B? Si B, ito yung 0 less than C less than 1 over 4A. Okay, so ito yung actually yung buong region. So in terms of A and C, so wala pala yung B rather. So 0 less than A less than C, 0 less than C less than 1, and also 0 less than C less than 1 over 4A. So again, wala na yung B, tinanggal ko. Kung bakit dinraw ko na siyang random variable A, C. Now, this is the region. So pag dinrawing ko siya, ano yung magiging itsura? Sabi ni Book, ito yung magiging itsura niya. So, pag dinrawing natin. So, from 0 to 1, so alam ko na, kunyari ito yung A-axis, ito yung C-axis. Okay, so sabi, from 0 to 1, kung ito yung 0, ito yung 1, okay, tapos ito yung 1. Okay, so assuming ito yan, tapos dapat alam ko, maximum value lang na ito-take ni A, is just simply 1 port lang din. Kasi parehas lang eh. Kunyari, dinivide ko naman yung 4AC sa 4C, magiging yung A is less than 1 over 4C. Okay, so meaning si A pwede rin naman mag less than dito. Pero dito is less than, kunyari, ikutin ko lang ha. This is 1 port. Okay, then syempre dito rin, kung para sa isa, this is 1 port. So gagawa din ako dyan, something na. Ganun. Okay, so sir, yan ba ng dalawa? Hindi pa. Bakit? Meron tayo tinatawag na C. C is less than or equal sa 1 over 4A. So pag ginrap mo siya, ito yung itsura niya. So parang curve na pa ganyan. So this is C is equal to 1 over 4A. Okay, so now, yan yung boundary. So napansin mo, may dalawa tayong region dyan. Ang dalawang region natin, siyempre, ito yung unang region. Ito yung region 1. Yung pangalawang region natin is ito. Ito yung region 2. Okay, so dyan tayo babase ng ating boundaries. So, i-integrate na natin sila using that. So, 2 boundaries yung gagamitin. Instead na isang boundary, kasi pag isang boundary ginamit, so medyo ano siya parang sarcastic. Bakit? Tatlo yung condition, pero A, C lang. So, what if gawin natin ganito? At least dito, dalawa yung magiging condition na nito. So, paano natin magiging condition ni R1? O, check ko lang ano yung magiging condition ni R1. So, si R1, ang condition ni R1 is something na okay, so siguro mamaya ako nalagay. So, yung B, actually si B, fix ito si B. So, fix dito si B. So, si B dito is 0 less than 2 AC less than 2 less than 2 square root of AC square root of A square root of C less than B less than 1. So, dyan yung kay B. Ito is strictly kay B. Ito yung kay C, yung dalawa. So, kay C, maglalaro tayo dyan sa mga value na yan. So, now, ready na tayong hanapin yung probability. So, what is the probability that B squared minus 4AC is greater than or equal sa 0. So, this is equal sa integral over the region 1. So, ito yung region 1 natin. So, yung square. Ay, so, 9 na. So, nakita nyo, lang orsa ko na. So, this is from 0, integral, up to integral ng, alam natin na yung density function is just 1. Okay? So, since sa region 1 tayo, ano yung lagi nag-start? Since alam ko na triple integral siya, so, again triple integral siya in sense, kasi tatlo random variable natin. So, ang pinakauna ko lagi, fix kasi ako na B squared minus 4AC. Since ito, given ko na yung B na yan, so inner nito is something na, this is DB. This is DB. Tapos, dahil region 1 ako, ang papagapangin ko is something from DC, DA. So, actually, parehas ko naman DC, DA. Kumbaga, gapang sa DC, gapang sa DA. So, huli ko kasi DA, parang vertical strip. Huling gapang ko. So, ang gagawin ko, this is just DC, DA. So, parehas lang pala gagamitin. Then, yung boundary ni B, paano yung boundary ni B? Ang boundary ni B is from 2 square root of A square root of C up to 1. Kasi ito yung boundary ni B. Okay, so this is 2 square root of A square root of C up to 1. Tapos yung boundary ni C, ano yung boundary ni C? Dito sa region 1. Ang boundary ni C is from 0 to 1. Kasi yun yung boundary niya paangat eh. So, yung horizontal strip pa ganun from 0 to 1. Then, ang boundary ni DA, since vertical strip, from 0 to 1 port. Kasi hanggang 1 port lang naman yung gapang. So, this is just from 0 to 1 port. Ito ay para sa region 1 lang. Okay, then plus, integral ng 1 dB, DC, DA. So, similar pa rin, 2 square root of A, square root of C up to 1. So, dito magbabago yung boundary ni DC. Pagdating dito, ang boundary ni DC is something na, so, si DC paangat, no? So, something na from 0 up to C. Ano yung C sa taas? Yung point na to, ito yung C. So, that is 1 over 4A. So, from 0 up to 1 over 4A. So, this is from 0 up to 1 over 4A. Next, yung gapang naman niya, pagdating dito sa isa is from 1 port to 1. So, this is from 1 port to 1. Okay? So, hoping na nag-gets mo yung yung pagkuha ko ng boundary, yung paggapang-apak. So, again, pinili ko tong tanong na to para makita mo. So, ma-appreciate mo yung pagpili ko ng upper boundary saka lower boundary. So, para mas mabatak. Okay? So, next is, anong gagawin natin? So, syempre, integrate na natin. So, integrate with respect sa DB, sa B, with respect sa B, then sa C. So, una is integrate with respect sa B. So, that is simply B lang. No? So, B lang siya, which is, palitan ko lang ng boundary. Yun, medyo lower na yung ano ko. So, this is just integral from 0 to 1 over 4. Integral from 0 to 1. Integral ng 1 dB, that is simply B. So, yung B na yan, ano yung gagawin ko sa B? Ito yung R2, sorry. Yung B na yan, papalitan ko ng boundary. Yung boundary na is simply 1 minus 2 square root of A square root of C, then DC, DA. So, hoping na sundan. Anong ginawa na, sir? Kasi B yun. Ang B niya, ang boundary is from 1 up to 2 square root of A square root of C. So, ginawa ko na, sinubstitute ko na. 1 minus 2 square root of A square root of C. Kasi yan yung B minus, yan yung B boundary. So, substitute ko lang. Then, sa kabila din, ganoon din mangyari. This is plus integral from 1 to 4, 1 port to 1, from 0 to 1 over 4A. 1 over 4A sa ilalim. Then, this is just 1 minus 2 square root of A square root of C. Then DC, DA. Okay, so next is syempre i-integrate ulit natin siya with respect naman sa C. So paano natin siya i-integrate with respect sa C? So pag in-integrate with respect sa C, syempre ito magiging C na lang. Okay, so ito naman magiging something na integral ng square root of C o ng C raised to 1 half. Ang integral ng C raised to 1 half is C raised to 3 over 2 over 2 third over 3 over 2 or simply 2 third. Again, na integral ng square root of C is 2 third C raised to 3 over 2. So may 2 third. So 2 times 2 third, that is 4 over 3. So this is just equal sa integral from 0 to 1 fourth multiplied by ito ay C minus ito ay 2 square root of A multiplied by ito yung 2 over 3 C raised to 3 over 2. Then boundary is from 0 to 1. Then may dA. Then plus integral from 1 fourth up to 1. Then this is C minus 2 square root of A times 2 thirds C raised to 3 over 2. Boundary is from 0 to 1 over 4A. Then this is just dA. Okay, so next is syempre ito ay pag sinimplify 4 over 3 square root of A C raised to 3 over 2. Ito ay 4 square root of A over 3 C raised to 3 over 2. So lahat yan papalitan na natin ng boundary. So papalitan natin lahat ng C ng 1. So obviously ito ay magiging pag pinalitan ng C, this is just simply equal sa 0 up to 1 fourth ng 1 na lang to minus yung C mawawala. So this is just 4 over 3 square root of A. Then dA. Then plus integral from 1 fourth up to 1. So this is yung C magiging 1 over 4A, mapapalitan yan. Minus yung C dito, papalitan natin ng 1 over 4A, no? So 1 over 4A raised sa 3 over 2. So cube ko muna yon. Ano ba magiging sagot? 1 over 4A raised sa 2. That is simply, simplify ko na lang. 2 square root of A, or sorry, 4 over 3 square root of A, tapos 1 over 4A raised sa 3 over 2. Then this is dA. Okay, so assuming sinimplify natin yan ha. So pagka-simplify natin, upon solving, upon simplification, this is integral from 0 to 1 fourth ng 1 minus 4 over 3 square root of A dA. Plus integral ng 1 fourth up to 1 ng yung 1 fourth minus yung simplification yan, this is just simply 1 over 12A. So 1 over 12A kasi nasa ilalim. Okay, then this is dA. Okay, next is pag in-integrate natin, syempre pag in-integrate natin to, this is just simply A. Okay, that is A minus 8 over 9. So medyo shortcut ko na ha. Raised sa A raised sa 3 over 2. So the boundary is from 0 to 1 fourth. Para dito. Okay, then this is plus. This is just simply 1 over 12 ln of A. Tapos ang boundary is from 1 fourth up to 1. So tama kasi integral ng 1 over 12A is 112 ln of A. Okay, that's from 1 fourth up to 1. So note na ang values lang nito is simply 1 fourth. So dito ko nalagay ha. This is just 1 fourth minus 1 over 9 kasi papalitan naman natin to. So pag pinat mo dyan yung 1 fourth raised sa 3 over 2, sorry 3 over 2 to. So 1 fourth raised sa 3 over 2 times 8 over 9. So 1 over 9 yon. So minus 0 wala na. Then 112. Okay, so ln of 1 is 0. So this is just lagay ko na lang ha. This is plus 112 times ln of 1 is 0 minus 1 over 12 ln of 1 fourth. So sorry, di nakasya. So ln of 1 fourth yan ha. Ano, ln of 1 fourth. So more likely this is just equal lang naman sa ating pag sinimplify. So simplify ko na lang ha. This is 5 3 ln of 4 all over 36 or approximately 0.20, 0. Yan, or approximately 5 plus 3 ln of 4 over 36. That is 0.2544. Okay, so again, yung value is 0.25, 0.2544 or 25% or 25.44% na magiging solvable siya. So, whenever pumipili tayo ng A, B, and C dun sa ating 0, 1. So, i-box ko lang, ito yung ating sagot. So, again, pasensya niya kung medyo malabo yung naging dito So, para for convenient, this is plus 0 minus 1 over 12 ln ng 1/4. Okay, so para dun sa mga masipag magsulat at malalabo yung mata. Okay, so now, for number 2. Okay, so if you were to pick n is greater than 2 random real numbers, so again, random real numbers from the interval 0, 1. Okay, so if you were to pick n greater than 2 random real numbers from n interval, n greater than 2 random real numbers. So meaning, for example, 2 real numbers, 3 real numbers, so something na ganun. From the interval 0, 1, what are the expected values for the smallest and largest of those numbers? Okay, so kunyari 3, 4, something na ganyan. So yung number na yun, n greater than to, kunyari 3 real number over 0, 1. So kunyari 1/2, 1/3, 1/5. Okay, kunyari n is equal to 4, n is equal to 5. So yun yung sinasabi niya. So and what is the expected value? What are the expected values for the smallest and largest of those? Okay, so since expected value, so let muna tayo dito, no. So since alam ko na randomly selected siya, so check ko kaya, no. Let tayo dito. Sorry, green gagamitin ko. Let u sub 1, u sub 2, u sub n be n continuous. So this is Pn continuous real number. Okay, or random variable. So random variables rather. Okay, so represented randomly. So there are all represented yung kunyari u sub 1, u sub 2, u sub Bn continuous random variables. So again, continuous sila lahat. So for example, 3 yung random variables. So that is u sub 1, u sub 2, u sub 3, something na ganun. Okay, so now i-represent natin yung x and y or i-define natin x and y. So again, yung u sub 1, u sub 2, u sub n is yung mga random real numbers na yan sa loob na yan. Okay, so define x to be the minimum among those number. So to be the minimum between u sub 1, u sub 2, u sub n, and y be the maximum between u sub 1, u sub 2, u sub n. Okay, so yun yung ating ano. Now, from the book, so again, this is tawag dito, a question from probability book na kung saan given na yung PDF niya. So hindi ko lang kasi talaga totally nasama yung PDF. So walang way para mahulaan mo yung PDF nito. Okay, so the joint PDF ng x, y. So the joint PDF, whereas the joint PDF of f of x, y is equal to the density function, or this is n times n minus 1 times y minus x raised sa n minus 2. Okay, so this is for 0. This is for 0 less than x less than y less than 1. So tama naman yung aking parameter, no. Si 0 is less than or equal to x. Si x is less than or equal to y. Okay, less than or equal to 1. So napapalibutan sila. Then 0 elsewhere or otherwise. Okay, so ang goal natin is hanapin mo yung expected value ng dalawa, the smallest and the largest of those numbers. So since we define x to be the minimum, so meaning siya yung random variable na kung saan pinipili niya yung random variable na kung saan siya yung pinakamaliit, then si y yung random variable na kung saan pinipili niya na siya yung pinakamalaki among dun sa mga number. So therefore, kukunin natin expected value of x para sa una. So we have the expected value of x. Okay? So I don't know kung nasulat ko to dati, pero if ever joint continuous siya sa expected value, so hindi ko yata nasulat o nabigay sa inyo yun. So we have, kung joint continuous siya pero tayo ay kukunin lang yung random variable x lang, specific na isa. This is just equal sa integral from negative infinity up to infinity. So integral from negative infinity up to infinity ng x, f of x comma y. Then this is dx dy. Okay, so pag expected value of x, so in terms of x, so napansin mo, expected value of x, huli is dy. So now, gagawin natin siya dito. Okay, so I think baliktad yata ako, pero dy dx f of x comma y, then dx. Okay, baliktad, sorry. So this is y, then dx, sorry. So pasensya na, nagkakabaliktad si sir lagi. Okay, so simultiply ko kasi sa x. Okay, so solve na natin siya. So this is just equal sa integral. So since huli natin is dx, alam mo na yung gagawin, no? So dx, so yung huling gapang is dx, so that is, ang pinakahuling value is from 0 to 1 kasi siya yung pinakamalaking boundary. So that is 0 to 1. Then integral dito, so ito yung dy, so yung gapang sa dy. So si y, siya ay x, si y, ang pinakamalaking value, ang pinakamalit na value lang ni y is si x up to 1. Again, ang pinakamalit na value ni x is si x, ni y is si x, pinakamalaki is si 1. So this is from x up to 1, then multiply, ilagay ko lang dito yung PDF. This is n times n minus 1. Tapos yung x, lagay ko yung x na yan kasi may nakamultiply na x. Tapos y minus x raised sa n minus 2. Then this is dy dx. Okay, so obviously integrate natin yung loob in terms of y. So meaning constant na lang sa n minus 1, x na yan. So ito lang yung magkakaroon. So this is just equal sa integral from 0 to 1. So ang value is, lagay ko lang yung nx tas n minus 1. So pinagsama ko lang yan. Tapos multiplied by, since ang integral nito, so ano ba magiging integral? Ang magiging integral ng y minus x raised sa n minus 2. So again, ang integral ng y minus x raised sa n minus 2. That is by power rule. Okay, so something na by power rule siya. So since by power rule siya, ang mangyayari, magkakaroon ng plus 1 sa taas. No? So mangyayari, power rule, so this is just y minus x tapos n minus 2 plus 1 all over n minus 2 plus 1. Okay, so sir, ano yung du? Ang du niya is just something dy kasi with respect naman sa y, so derivative ng y minus x is just dy. So kasi constant naman dito sa x. So this is just, yung boundary niya is from x to 1 tapos dx. Okay, so pwede pa yata simplify. This is just equal sa integral from 0 up to 1 ng nx na lang to. So sir, ba't nx? Kasi n minus 2 plus 1 is n minus 1. So cancel yung n minus 1 dito. So this is just nx multiplied by y minus x raised sa n minus 1. Then the boundary is from x up to 1, then dx. So sino yung papalitan ng x to 1 na yan? Dy lang. So yung y na yun, papalitan natin ng 1 tapos ng x. More likely. So yun yung una. So anong gagawin? This is just equal sa integral from 0 to 1 ng papalitan natin yung nx, yung y lang yung papalitan. So this is just nx, then magiging y minus x raised sa n minus 1, then minus nx, then magiging x minus 1 raised to n minus 1. Okay, then dx. Okay, so I think similar lang naman sila, no? So ano ba gagawin natin dito? So for example, nilabas ko yung negative 1 dito. So dalawang klase to, no? Pag nilabas ko yung negative 1, magiging positive. Tama, so magiging positive naman siya. More likely pagdating doon. Kasi 1 minus x saka x minus 1 yan. So parehas lang naman sila technically. So, ano bang pino-point out na sir dito? Pag nilabas ko yung negative 1, so nakadepende actually yung value niya sa n. Kasi, kunyari, n is 3. Pag n is 3, yung negative, so 3 minus 1, na yung negative lalabas as positive. Okay, pag add, so for n is add, check ko lang yung x minus 1, dalawa equivalent na ito. Una, magiging negative ng x minus 1, so n minus 1, pag yung n is add, ay even rather. Tapos, magiging positive x minus 1 siya, pag n is add. Okay, so ito yung kinoconsider ko. So, ano ba pwede natin gawin dyan? So, since x minus 1 siya, again ipa-factor out ko lang, sorry, magiging 1 minus x siya. Magiging 1 minus x. Magiging 1 minus x. Kasi pinapactor out ko yung negative, no? So, pag pinactor out ko yung negative 1, pag even siya, lumalabas na negative siya. Pag pinactor out ko yung negative 1, pag add siya, nagiging positive siya. So, syempre, sino pipiliin natin? Ang pipiliin natin, syempre, is generally pag even. Again, ang pipiliin mo is pag even siya. Okay, kasi kailangan natin ng negative siya. So, again, pipiliin lang natin yung negative o yung even. So, for n is even, gagana to. So, ano mangyari dito? Magkakaroon siya ng something na multiplier na by, magkakaroon siya ng something na positive yan. So, parehas na sila. So, magiging, this is just integral from 0 to 1 ng 2, kasi magiging para nx 1 minus x raised to n minus 1 plus nx 1 minus x raised to n minus 1. So, this nx, tapos 1 minus x, tapos n minus 1, then dx. Okay, so this is just equal sa 2 integral from 0 to 1 ng nx, then 1 minus x raised sa n minus 1 dx. So, by IBP, okay, so skip ko na yung method na IBP, kaya ko na lang din tumingin. No, so, by integration of parts, it will lead only na this is just equal sa 2 multiplied by negative x ng 1 minus x raised sa n minus 1 over n plus 1, then 1 minus x raised sa n plus 1. Then yung boundary is from 0 to 1. So again, lahat yan papalitan natin. Kumbaga, ito yung UB minus integral na BDU. So, in-integrate ko na rin yun. So, lahat yun palitan natin na 0 to 1. So, ano mangyayari? So, pag pinalitan natin yan, this is just, yung lahat ng x papalitan na. So, ito is 0, ay 1, 1, 1. So, kung 1, 1 yan, lahat cancel. Actually, kasi 1 minus 1 is 0. So, pag 1 yan, 1 minus 1 is 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. 0 raised to n 0. 0 times x is 0. So, yun yung una. This is just 2 multiplied by yung una is, pag 1 yung pinalit, that is 0 to minus 0. Then, minus, pag 0 yung pinalit, ito ay negative. So, una is 0 kasi 0 yung x pinalitan ko pa. This is 0. Okay, din dito, ang papalitan, pag 0, this is just minus 1 over n plus 1 ng 1 na lang. Then, raised to n plus 1. Okay, so pag pinapalit ko yung mga values. So, more likely, this is just positive to, no? So, therefore, the expected value is just 2 over n plus 1. So, ito expected value ng smallest. Okay, so that is only 2n plus 1. So, ano na lang to. So, expected value of y. So, syempre, expected value of y is negative infinity up to infinity, negative infinity up to infinity ng y, f of x comma y. Then, this is just dy, dx dy. Okay, dx dy. So, pag sinolve lang natin yan, kayo na lang din mag-solve. Expected value of y is just equal sa, papansin mo, magiging sagot na sa kanya is n over n plus 1. So, ayoko na kasing dagdagan kasi medyo mahaba na siya. Okay, kasi hindi naman natin talaga totally topic to. So, nilagay ko lang talaga application ng proba dito sa ating multiple integral. So, that's all in this video. So, pasensya na medyo mahaba siya ulit. Pero, ayun nga, kailangan ko rin kasi ipakita sa inyo yung application ng multiple integral sa probability and expected value. Although alam ko nagaganto na tayo sa ating probability. So hoping na marami ka natutunan. Again, thank you for watching.